What's up, guys? Philip with Trade Genius, a weekly outlook on Bitcoin and cryptos. So we'll take a look at what's going on here with the Bitcoin price action and what to expect this week. We'll also take a look at our altcoin relationships and our overall altcoin chart. Before we do, real quick, guys, we are extending these specials out to the end of the month. So real quickly, you have your crypto special, which you can get for $2.99, and or the ETF stock options, or you can get them both. Again, this is $2.99 and then $29 a month, or if you want to just do the annual, you can do annual for $5.99 and get the whole shebang. And with one thing we don't cover a lot on my videos is the stock options, but Bob has a pretty good technique with our DTMM indicator. You use that more with like ETFs and futures, and you can basically use binary options or futures, and he does a real good job of explaining that. You can go to this video on our channel, and he'll show you really killer entries that you can do during the day and make a decent amount of money every week with these simple setups on using that DTMM indicator, and it just shows these arrows. So pretty effective tool. I use it, and I think that you'll find it pretty profitable. So check that out. All right, guys, let's dig into the Bitcoin charts in today's video.
Trade Genius.
Okay, guys, so basically here's what I want you guys to take a look at. And I'm looking at how we came up over here. We approached the 200-day moving average, right? Failed below it, came back down, recharged, and then made it a second attempt. What we don't want to see is a repeat of this second failure, because that's really been marking a lot of the local tops on this bear market as we come down, whether it's a failure at a previous trend line or a level like 11,700 where you have the double failure. That's really what we're keying in on at this point. So knowing that this is how price has been reacting in this bear market, obviously we're looking for a hold of support, and there's two levels. I think the 7770, the 7777 level, 7,777, will probably be a pretty stout barrier to hold, and look for a second push to retest as this trend line comes back down. That, to me, getting that bounce and that test there is going to be key, because otherwise what will likely happen is that fails. We'll probably then break through this trend line, that support level, and then we're going to be looking at down here at this lower trend line retest. So trend lines don't always retest, but they do a lot of times, and I think that scenario may play out. Now, it's not the end of the world if that happens. We're still in a bottoming formation, but what'll happen is that just brings this right shoulder down to a lower level with a crooked neckline. So you're going to have a neckline that's crooked that comes up here. Then that would probably be like the lid as far as any more upside movement. So basically looking at still this level holding, still looking long. That hasn't really materially changed. This bear fib zone, still holding itself. We like to see a clean break and close above it. Haven't really got that yet. And the downside extension on that's going to be down toward 5,300. So this is big picture stuff, guys, where these levels, that's where the fib targets are for these. But breaking above that will nullify that. So we're in some pretty crucial territory. And also, if this breaks down, then you also have this other fib zone here from approximately 7,000 to about 7,250. Again, we're still trying to see how this right shoulder forms. So, does it form up here, which it could, and that low holds, or does it form here? Well, basically, you take your setup. So here we're currently in a long position on Bitcoin in the room. Obviously, though, if we have a stop below in case that breaks down. So that's just, you want to keep your stops tight. Ultimately, the market's going to do what it's going to do. But if that doesn't hold, then the plan would be you can either get short and get down to this level. Notice we have a volume node here. or just wait to enter into this area here. But that's currently the risks and that we face with these technical levels going forward over the next few days here. But I do expect a second attempt up at this. I think the probabilities are higher that we see that play out here to this 200-day moving average. If we break above the 200-day moving average, we could see a bit of FOMO going in, and I would probably, at that point, we're probably going to see a bearish divergence on the RSI. So RSI would basically come up like that and then come back down. Price goes up here, makes a higher high. Okay, and then but you have a bearish divergence because your RSI is going down and your price is going up. And that could signal a top up in this 9,000 area, which is also where our fib targets are, and also this larger bear zone. So I think the probabilities are there for that to play out. As you know, Bitcoin moves very fast. We could see all of that transpire in the next 24 to 48 hours very easily. All right, so that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin this week. If we head over to the altcoin charts, as you're going to see, and I'm just for simplicity's sake using Ethereum as kind of a proxy for the entire Bitcoin market. And you can see we still kind of have a bit of an inverse relationship here. That's been going on for the last couple of weeks at least. So Bitcoin will surge higher, you'll see surge up, and then they move down. You'll get a brief period of time where they may move in concert, and then we break away and we start seeing another divergence, move up and a move down, kind of a thing. Largely this week, last couple of days has been pretty quiet, just chop. We've recently fallen out of this support area here, and now we're back into another area of support as we saw on the daily chart. So again, if we get another push up, expect more downward pressure on the alt space until that relationship changes back to a more coordinated move. That being said, let's look at our overall long-term log chart on the alt space, and you will see that we are approaching this critical level here of this trend line, where I do expect to see a bounce. Otherwise, we're then going to be hunting for a next level of support, and that could be pretty bearish indication for the alt market. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Right now, this is about bouncing off this level here for Ethereum, which is approximately about 0.054 level for Ethereum BTC, for the Ethereum BTC ratio. So that's it for this week. That's our outlook. We'll talk about more crypto space things this week, see how the news items and things are affecting the space, and also we'll take a look at a couple of altcoins that are interesting. Now that we're approaching this level, we'll see some interesting setups for a longer term type swing that you can add to your positions. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Take care. Bye.
Trade Genius.